Hi everyone, Sue Koch here with Soaring Solutions. Wanted to do a little video tutorial on creating lists in Twitter. And I'm going to use the example for the Super Bowl because a lot of people have been spending time using social media along with watching TV, sports, etc. to get additional play-by-play commentary and connect with other sports fans. First, I'll start off by defining a Twitter list. Twitter list is a great way of organizing a group of people on Twitter accounts that you really want to pay attention to. So I've been using Twitter for quite a while. And if you look over here, you can see that I'm following about 7,300 people. I've got about 11,000 following me. There is no way I can possibly know what 7,000 some odd people are saying. That is what is going to show up in my home feed here. And that's why you can see I've already got 55 new tweets. So how do I pay attention to the good stuff? Well, I create lists. In order to create a list, you can come over here on your menu. Next to this little widget is a pointing downward facing triangle. You click on that, and in here you can see lists. So in here is where I have a bunch of lists that I have created to really pay attention to the people that I want to follow. So for example, I've got Chicago Best of Biz, amazing causes, nonprofits that I like to follow, really great national social media professionals that I like to follow, LinkedIn connections. So you can see there's a bunch of lists in here that I can then just click through and say, I want to see what's going on in this list. I'll click in there, and only in this feed will be the people that I have added to this Chicago Best of Biz list. So I know these are people I want to pay attention to, I want to follow, I want to retweet their material, etc. How do you create a list? Well, what we can do is go back to this main lists window, click on the lists, and what we can do here, right up here, is create list, just below your headline screen here. So I'm going to click on create list. So I'm using the Super Bowl example, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put in here Super Bowl 2013. Now you can put a little description in there if you like, it's optional. And you can make this list private or public. There are some good ideas behind this. A public list could be great if you create a list, for example, of your favorite restaurants and you call it best restaurants ever. And when you add those restaurants to that list, they may see that they've been added to that list if they're following and watching what's happening on Twitter around their account. So that's a cool way to compliment someone. You might want to create it a private list if you create like a client list and you don't want that information out there or something like that. So this list I'm going to save as public. One thing that's great about public lists is that you can have other people follow them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to populate this list, but if you want to follow some of the recommended top accounts for Super Bowl 2013 and create a list to just track that, you can go ahead and follow my list, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. So I'm going to save this list. Now, shows me list created. Okay, well now I want to add people to this list. Earlier, I found an article that was the social media guide to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to pull that over here on the screen here. As you can see, Tim McGarry, the social media editor at USA Today, wrote up this article to give you some focus points for really paying attention to particular players that have accounts, the team accounts, some of the hashtags. I'm going to go ahead and add some of these, and I'll finish it up later so that if you follow this list, you'll know that all of these recommendations are there. Now, this list starts with the Ravens' Ray Lewis. So we'll just go ahead and type in Ray Lewis and search. Here we go. Now, as you can see, a lot are showing up. What you want to make sure you do is pick the account that actually the article cites, which is exactly this Twitter handle. But if you're just looking at names, obviously it could get a little confusing. When you're looking at, celebrities, sports figures, etc., you want to make sure you follow the verified account by Twitter. Now, you don't have to follow account to put it in a list. So I'm just going to go ahead, click on this drop down here, and say add or remove from lists. Now, I can go ahead and put him into the Super Bowl 2013 list. So now he is in there. Now let's just go ahead and add another one. So we'll do the first 49ers player in the list, and we're going to add Vernon Davis. and he's Vernon Davis 85. We know again, here's his account. This is the verified Twitter account, not these other ones here. Let's go ahead and also click this drop down, add or remove from list. We're going to add, and it will also add him to the Super Bowl account. Now, or the Super Bowl 2013 list. And I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these accounts into these lists. But this is a great way that now you can really focus on a topic. And this is a great thing to do if you're going to a conference, for example. You can do this with also if there are news media accounts you want to follow and track. And it's just a great way to focus on Twitter without getting lost in the madness. And if you'd like, if you are going to be watching the play-by-play, you can go ahead on over to twitter.com/Sue_Koch/Super Bowl 2013. And you can follow that list and you can watch it in the same way you'd watch any other list. Now, another great thing you can do if you use an app like Hootsuite is to create a stream out of this list. So it can be in a row or in different columns next to other lists that you have created. So you're really following a dashboard of all of the people who are important to you. I'm going to go into that Hootsuite one in the next video. So hope you found this helpful. Enjoy using your lists and focus on the good stuff on Twitter. Stay away from the madness. See you in the next one.